Hi there. Just wanting to say a big thank you to those of you who comment on our podcasts on YouTube. And an even bigger thank you to those of you who subscribe to our podcast, especially on YouTube and Spotify. That really helps Adept English. And commenting is a good way to give us feedback. In your feedback, I noticed that you would like more English speaking practice. So here it is today, some English speaking practice where you can speak too, and with a particular focus on English pronunciation. Hello, I'm Hilary and you're listening to Adept English. We will help you to speak English fluently. All you have to do is listen. So start listening now and find out how it works. Normally, our podcasts give you English listening material and lots of it. And when you're learning English, the most important thing to work on first of all is your understanding of spoken English. That's why we give you lots of listening material. But obviously speaking is important too. And if you're learning a language past a certain point of understanding, you need to focus on your speaking skills. When you're learning English and you want to improve your speaking, there is no substitute for conversation in real life with other English speakers. And a good second is conversation online with other English speakers. But your speaking will be behind your listening skills. When we learn a language, the best way to do it is in the same way we learn language as babies and as small children. You do a lot of listening, you accumulate a lot of understanding, and then eventually you start to speak. So let's start to speak today. I thought I would give you a little taste of the Adept English Consonants Pronunciation course today. This course addresses the challenges of English consonant pronunciation, and the course is available on our website at adeptenglish.com. But let's have a little taste, and I will give you some sentences to practice saying as well, so that you can get active too in this podcast. I'll give you some sentences that you can repeat after me, so that you get to practice too. I'll build each sentence as we go. Pause the video as you go to repeat after me, or I'll say each sentence more than one, so you can just join in and speak as I speak. Try to match my pronunciation, and I'll discuss after each sentence what the particular challenges are for the English consonants in that sentence. Here goes. Number 1. Thank you for having a bath, cleaning your teeth and looking after your health. So in this sentence, we're practicing the th sound, and it's the soft, unvoiced th as opposed to the sound that you find in the word the. I'll say it again. Let's do it with the Southern English pronunciation for bath now. Thank you for having a bath, cleaning your teeth and looking after your health. Slower. Thank you for having a bath, cleaning your teeth and looking after your health. So those nice soft th sounds. Thank you for having a bath, cleaning your teeth and looking after your health. That gives you practice at the unvoiced th sound, th sound. And in contrast, this next sentence gives you practice at the harder voiced the sound. So it's still spelt th, but it's a the sound. Number 2. Although their father liked their new clothes, he preferred their other shoes. Can you hear the there? Although their father liked their new clothes, he preferred their other shoes. Again. Although their father liked their new clothes, he preferred their other shoes. I hope you're saying this with me. That's practice with the firmer voiced the sound. The next one, number 3. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the noisiest in the classroom because everyone is anxious about tests. What are we practicing here? Well, we're practicing the different S, S and Z sound. The Z is a Z sound. Often in English, a word will be spelt with an S, but we pronounce it as though it's a Z. So it's a Z sound. Listen again. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the noisiest in the classroom because everyone is anxious about tests. You'll notice some of them are S's in pronunciation and some of them are Z's. Tuesdays, Thursdays, that's more like a Z. And noisiest, the first S is a Z and the second is a S sound, an S. Tests, all S's there, and then there's that word anxious, where that X in the middle is pronounced as though it's an SH sound, sh. Once again, with me, Tuesdays and Thursdays are the noisiest in the classroom because everyone is anxious about tests. Okay, what about some practice pronouncing L and R? Some people will find this difficult. Let's see. Number 4. Do you feel the fear on the roller coaster and then the relief when it relents? This is for people who like roller coasters, isn't it? Do you feel the fear on the roller coaster and then the relief as it relents? Was that difficult? It probably depends on whether you have L and R sounds in your language and whether you're used to differentiating them. That means making a difference between them. Again, do you feel the fear on the roller coaster and then the relief as it relents? Try and say this with me one last time. Do you feel the fear on the roller coaster and then the relief when it relents? Lots of L and R practice for you there. Okay, what about some practice with magic E words? These words are the ones that have a vowel in the middle and an E at the end, which changes the sound of the vowel. So it tends to make it a long sound rather than a short sound. So man, M-A-N, is a short A in the middle, but main, M-A-N-E, is an A sound, a long sound. That's the effect of magic E. That sentence. Say this with me. Drive with care. On long journeys, don't let your focus take a dive. Give yourself 5 minutes break and arrive alive. That's good motoring advice, isn't it? Once again, slowly. Drive with care. On long journeys, don't let your focus take a dive. Give yourself 5 minutes break and arrive alive. What's clear from this example that magic E may be the rule for most of the words, but sometimes the pronunciation is different. So drive, dive, 5, arrive, live, alive, they're all long I sounds because of the magic E. But then give is pronounced as though there's no magic E. And care, C-A-R-E, isn't the normal A sound that you would expect. The challenge in English pronunciation is often that there are rules, but it's inconsistent. There are always exceptions to the rule, or almost always. 2 sentences in our next bit of practice. These ones will help you practice the difference between V or V and W or W. Number 6. Vladimir was a vegan who avoided vegetables. Vladimir was a vegan who avoided vegetables. William was a wise and worried old man who only washed on a Wednesday. William was a wise and worried old man who only washed on a Wednesday. Can you hear the difference between the V and the W, the W pronunciation there? Let's go once more. Pause the video if you need to, but ideally say it with me. Vladimir was a vegan who avoided vegetables. William was a wise and worried old man who only washed on a Wednesday. Okay, what about some practice with B and P, making those sounds different? It's also a tongue twister too that I seem to have invented here. Number 7. Bert's brother Paul beat up Bert's pal Ben. A pal, P-A-L, means a friend. Bert's brother Paul beat up Bert's pal Ben. Bert's brother Paul beat up Bert's pal Ben. Nothing like a bit of physical violence when you're practicing your English pronunciation, is there? And eccentricity with Vladimir and William, perhaps. Okay, final set of sounds today. What about some practice with SH and CH sounds? Now, on the whole, SH is pronounced sh, like the sound of a shower or the sh in English, whereas CH is pronounced ch, 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 more like the sound of a printer, perhaps. Depends what sort of printer you've got, probably. My dog chews my shoes and shares my chair. My dog chews my shoes and shares my chair. So you can hear the difference there. Chews and chairs are CH and shoes and shares are SH. But CH can be pronounced in a number of different ways in English. What about the following sentence? Christopher was a mechanic from Chicago who enjoyed champagne but liked to attend church. Again? Christopher was a mechanic from Chicago who enjoyed champagne but liked to attend church. In this sentence, you can hear a variety of CH pronunciations. So if you look at Christopher and mechanic, they're pronounced as though they're a hard C, almost like a K. In the word church, you've got two normal English pronunciation CH sounds, church, and then in Chicago and champagne, you've got a sound that's more like an SH, a sh sound. The reason for this is in the origin of the language. So it really depends on what language that word came from before it arrived in English. There's lots more information like this on our English consonants pronunciation course, which you can find on our website at adeptenglish.com. There's much, much more on the course. I've just given you a taster for today. But in terms of this podcast, let us know whether this was useful speaking practice, useful pronunciation practice. We love your feedback. We love hearing from you. Enough for now. Have a lovely day. Speak to you again soon. Goodbye. Thank you so much for listening. Please help me tell others about this podcast by reviewing or rating it. And please share it on social media. You can find more listening lessons and a free English course at adeptenglish.com.